Hi, this is Chief Roger Moore with the Reading Police Department. I'm excited. This is our third check-in with the Chief, and I think it's going well so far, and I hope you're enjoying it. I hope everyone had a wonderful 2017, and I hope 2018 will be even better. A couple of new things we're working on is, one, bike registration. This came up a few months ago at one of our public safety workshops from Amanda Smith. And from that evolved some creative ideas. And one of those ideas came through Ride Reading. So thank you, Ride Reading, for sharing this. And that is the National Bike Registration. We now have that available on our website where you can go in and enter your information onto the site. It's quick and easy. That way, you can refer back to your serial number on your bicycle if it's stolen, and then we can maintain contact and try to get your bicycle back to you. So that is a good thing. Thank you for your comments and input on that. And the second thing is our SCRAM program, and that is our security camera registration and monitoring. This also came from an idea from Amanda Smith, by which people in our community can register through us if they have a security camera. And what happens then is if a crime happens in your neighborhood, we can look at this website to find out if you may have captured the suspect on film, so we can reach out to you and solve some of these crimes, because theft is an issue here in the city. And keep in mind that goes live on January 2nd. So I'm excited about that. It'll also be on our website, and we'll have more information on that, but you need to know that that's confidential and private, so we won't be giving that information out. So our investigators and our officers will be using that to solve crimes. So another great idea by our community members. Thank you. Back to some of the comments from our last check-in with the Chief. There was a lot of comments, so I'm going to go ahead and paraphrase some of these and talk about the kind of the overarching issue. Aaron Warkington talks about thefts in our community, and what are we doing about them. Thefts are prevalent in our community. This gives me a chance to reflect on some of our crime prevention tools, where please take everything out of your car, lock your doors, get your security lights on, trim your shrubs up, and take care of your possessions. And keep an eye out for your neighbor too. That's why we have 75 active neighborhood watch groups in our city looking out for one another. Yes, we're overwhelmed. We have 2 burglary investigators right now, but they also get assigned other major crimes, so they're very busy. But all of our officers take theft reports as well, and they investigate them. So we have an entire shift that will investigate theft reports. But please, they are overwhelming us, so please keep an eye on your property. So thank you for that question, Aaron. Number 2 is going to be from Jessica French. And the overall topic is drug use and what's happening in our community. And here is exactly what Aaron says. When an officer approaches someone that is high on drugs, what is the process? What services are they offered, if any? It seems to me that drug addiction is the underlying problem of crime in our city. How are we tackling this epidemic full force? To answer the first part of that question, Jessica, when an officer contacts somebody under the influence of drugs, they determine if they have the ability to take care of themselves or others. And they either make an arrest or they don't make an arrest, but officers make those determinations on the spot. Officers also have a resource guide that we received from HHSA, which is our Health and Human Service Agency. It's a resource guide that we give out to people where they can receive help if they want to get help. It's hard to force somebody into treatment if they don't want help, and that's some of our frustration, and our officers certainly feel that as well. But we have coalitions through our medical community, our doctors, through the No RX Abuse Coalition. They talk about drug-related issues in our community and how we can combat them. And we also talk about our treatment facilities here if people do want to open that door and go through and fix their drug addiction. So we do have that. So thank you for that question, Jessica. Let's go to number 3 from Joni Christensen. And this has to do with more of the quality of life crime issues that we're talking about, as well as the drug issue that we're having in our city. Joni talks about what should we as citizens do when we see in plain sight, middle of the day, homeless shooting up drugs near popular businesses? My answer to that is, Joni, please call us. I know that often our citizens get frustrated if we don't show up right away. Unfortunately, because of Prop 47, drugs are now a misdemeanor in California, and that's very unfortunate, but it creates a lot of unsightly things that, as you mentioned, kids see, and that's unacceptable to me and our officers. So call us so we can address those issues, because it is still a misdemeanor, and we will take action when we can, because we don't want that in our community. So thank you for that question, Joni. Question number 4. Looks like Miss Romo asks, what will be done about the homeless population at Masonic at Lake near McDonald's? So Masonic at Lake Boulevard near McDonald's. Always people sleeping and loitering in that area. That area is on our radar, and in fact, some of our criminal sweeps have been in that area to address those specific problems. So we will be diverting more resources to that area, because we recognize that is an area that can be overwhelmed with that type of activity. And number 5, I'm going to close on this one because this is a thank you from Chelsea Bethel to one of our officers. And this goes to our officer's character, and I just kind of wanted to read it because it's a good way to end this. She says, today, while waiting in a stoplight at Lake Boulevard, a Reading patrol car came up next to me. While waiting for our light to turn, a homeless man in a wheelchair began crossing the crosswalk. When the officer noticed him drop his jacket, she turned on their lights and came to his aid. He didn't even realize he had dropped his jacket, so she grabbed it for him and then helped him across the street. My 7-year-old, who wants to be a police officer, was in the back seat and noticed what was happening. He then said to me, she's a very nice police officer. I'm going to be a police officer like her. I just wanted to personally thank her for being so caring and amazing and being such a positive role model when she had no idea my little one was watching so intently. Hopefully this can make it back to her somehow. So Chelsea, thank you so much for that. We hire our officers on character, and that's exactly what we expect. And I'm thankful to have the officers of the caliber that we do here in the city limits of Reading. One more item on the agenda is to talk about the drug epidemic, and some of the questions actually referred to this. We are seeing a lot of heroin use in our city, and that's mainly because we started regulating so heavily the amount of opioid prescriptions in our community. So that was supplemented by heroin, unfortunately. So what we are doing, at least on our side, is going to roll out a program here at the City of Reading. In fact, the Shasta County Sheriff's Department already does it, and that is carry naloxone kits, or sometimes referred to as Narcan. And that is a partnership through the Reading Police Department and the No RX Abuse Coalition providing those kits to us. And you're going to be hearing more about that very soon, but that's a way for us to prevent overdoses. This is mainly due to not only overdoses with heroin, but also fentanyl is coming to the North State, unfortunately. By brushing up against fentanyl, people can overdose immediately. Citizens, officers, kids, and naloxone will revive them. And it actually works on our canines too. So it's a good thing for our community, and you're going to be seeing more of this about this new effort coming soon, and we'll give you some more education on that. But it's a good thing for our community. And so, again, please, at the bottom of this, write your questions down, and the next check-in with the chief, I will be answering most of those questions. So keep them coming, and if you have any great ideas, please let me know. Give me a call, write them down. I love to hear it. And have a wonderful 2018, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you.